Vice President Leni Robredo says she is ready to become the voice of the opposition following her resignation as a member of President Duterte's cabinet. Grace Casin will tell us why.
Vice President Leni Robredo welcomes and strongly supports the idea of creating a group that will serve as the voice of the opposition so the issues they raise will eventually reach the president. According to the Vice President, they have to unify their actions to strengthen their force. Robredo says among the matters she will continue to oppose are the plans to reinstate death penalty, human rights violations, the raising numbers of extrajudicial death, the lowering of age of criminal responsibility, and the Marcos burial.
Unifying siguro the voices of dissent. Hindi ito opposition against the administration per se, pero opposition against certain policies of the administration we do not agree with.
Robredo also strongly denies the accusations of Senator Alan Peter Cayetano that her moves are part of her early campaign for the presidency.
Wala naman ako interest magpangulo. Parati ko yung inuulit now, before, until wala akong ganong pangarap.
The Vice President also belies the allegations that she's behind the so-called Out Duterte plot. Robredo clarifies that she's still supporting the administration, especially if its policies is not opposed to what they're fighting for.
Pero ngayon mismo kahit sa sarili kong partido, sinabi ko na maging supportive pa din tayo sa mga policies ng Pangulo na we agree with. Mag-oppose lang tayo more vigorously dun sa mga kontra tayo.
Naman, I will still be working very hard for Secretary Mar. Siyempre yung pagkuha sa akin was premised on siya yung Pangulo. Kaya ako pinili kasi tinitingnan kung sino yung pinakamagandang katandem niya. So, parang it doesn't make sense kung hindi ako mag-work very hard for him. Knowing na in my heart and in my mind, siya naman talaga yung pinaka-qualified. But having said that, kabahagi ng job description namin, na sa ina-applyan namin trabaho, kahit sino yung manalo, yung pina-pledge namin is the same level of commitment that we're ready to give to our President. Yung level of commitment na kaya kong ibigay kay Secretary Mar, o pina-pledge kong ibibigay sa kanya, walang bawas, yun din dapat yung level of commitment ng pina-pledge ko to whoever will win, should I also win as Vice President. Pero gaya na sabi ko, mapapadali siguro yung buhay ko kung mananalo ako to si Secretary Marlo Pangulo, because alam niya kung ano yung capabilities ko. Na-assure ako na ang ibibigay sa akin na trabaho, yung hindi lang yung gusto ko pero yung nararapat sa akin.
Ngayong umaga, sinumitin namin sa Malacanang ang sulat ng aking pagbibigay mula sa gabinete. Ulitin ko.
Okay, magandang hapon muli. Sorry, nakalimutan ko yung audio. Ngayong umaga, sinumitin namin sa Malacanang ang sulat ng aking pagbibitiw mula sa gabinete. Nakasaad sa aking sulat na I have exerted all efforts to put aside our differences, maintain a professional working relationship, and work effectively despite the constraints because the Filipino people deserve no less. Tulad ng naipahayag kahapon, kung ako ay hinaharangang dumalo at makibahagi sa mga cabinet meetings, imposible nang magawa ko ang aking tungkulin bilang Housing Secretary. My highest loyalty is to the Constitution and to you, the Filipino people, a vow that both the President and I took when we assumed our offices. This means I must be free to speak my mind, to protect you and your dreams and your future. Ang kapakanan ng ating mga anak ay matitiyak lamang ng isang gobyernong nakikinig na bukas kahit pa sa mga salungat na pananaw. Kaya't lagi nating ipaglalaban ang karapatan ng taong bayan na malayang maipahayag ang kanilang damdamin. Sasanggalan natin sila at ipagtatanggol upang laging manaig ang diwa ng ating batas. Ang tunay na hustisyang walang kinikilala, mayaman man o mahirap, nasa poder man o walang impluensya. Higit sa lahat, buong tapang tayong magmamatsyag at magbabantay nang hindi na maibalik pa ang anumang diktadurya, na siyang kumitil sa libo-libong buhay noong rehimeng Marcos. We have fought this battle before and won. We will never let anyone revise our history and twist it to turn evil into good. Hindi natin hahayaang nakawin ang pagka-vice-presidente sapagkat iyon ay taliwas sa boses ng nakararami. The vice presidency is not just about one person. It is about you and your rights. What is at stake here is our collective future. Since we released our statement yesterday, many have asked, what is next? I have sensed despair and anxiety, and always that question, what will happen to us now? This is not the time for fear. It is a time for conviction. It is a time for courage. Along with many of you, I have expressed my strong opposition on issues like the Marcos burial. We still hope that the President will reconsider his position on these issues. We will continue to support policies and actions from this administration if we believe these are right and just and will benefit the last, the least, and the lost. If they don't, we will not hesitate to dissent. Ako po'y naririto para sa inyo. Ako'y mananatili para sa inyo. At patuloy nating bubunuin ang anumang trabaho ng makapag-ambag sa adhikain ng ating gobyerno na solusyonan ang kahirapan at maitaguyod ang pagkakapantay-pantay. As your duly elected Vice President, I will continue to serve with all my strength and passion, confident that in the end, what is right will prevail. Ang mga naganap nitong nakaraang araw ay lalong nagpapatibay sa matagal ko ng paninindigan. Gawin natin ang nararapat kahit gaano kahirap. Maraming salamat po.
Afternoon
Good
po.
afternoon.
Salima Refran of GMA7. Ma'am, can you tell us po, paano po ba talaga nangyari yung mga noon pa po ba may naranasan na po ba tayong or naramdaman na medyo hindi po tayo welcome? O ito po ba ay naranasan na lang natin eventually yung paggulong na lang po ng mga cabinet meetings?
Alam niyo yung pinakaunang indication na hindi na ako welcome nung Friday afternoon. Galing ako sa Pasay, pauwi ako dito sa opisina. Nag-attend ako ng isang forum sa Palupa at Pabahay sa Pasay. Pabalik ako, tumawag si Yusek Boyet D, yung aking Chief of Staff. Sabi niya nakatanggap daw siyang isang tawag mula sa opisina ni Cabinet Secretary Jun Evasco. Ang sinasabi daw ay pinapasabi daw ni CABSEC na hindi na daw ako pwedeng mag-attend ng cabinet meeting sa Lunes. So, ang tanong ko sa kanya, aside from sa tawag, ano ba yung ibang natanggap natin? Ang sabi niya, wala na po, yun lang yung tawag. Sabi ko, yung invitation ba to the cabinet, cabinet meeting, nakatanggap ba tayo ng written invitation? Sabi niya, opo, twice nga tayo nakatanggap, kasi kanina lang na umaga, may natanggap pa tayong revised na agenda. So, ang sabi ko sa kanya, sabihin mo na kung hindi ako ipapa-attend ng cabinet meeting sa Monday, baka pwede namang isulat nila. Kasi formal na sulat yung natanggap natin na mag-attend, tapos itatawag lang nila yung bawal na pala ako mag-attend. And then, dumiretso ako dito sa opisina, medyo gabi na yon. Sabi ni Yusek D, kausap niya daw ulit, sabi daw, yung pagsulat daw sa akin is out of the question yata. Out of the question yung pagsulat sa akin. So, ang sabi ko sa kanya, sabihin mo na pag wala tayong natanggap na sulat, mag-a-attend pa din ako. Kasi one item in the agenda was a discussion of the Yolanda updates. Ano yun nasa resettlement cluster ako. In fact, the whole of Thursday afternoon, I was in Malacanang because I attended the Yolanda Rehabilitation Cabinet Cluster meeting. Ako nga yung pinakamahabang presentation doon. Maayos lahat. Tapos all of a sudden, parang less than a day after, meron ng ganito. Kausap, parang may palitan ng pag-uusap. sina Yusek Boy at saka yung office ni Cabsec, ang sabi daw, hindi daw talaga ako pwedeng mag-attend. So ako, initially I was insisting that I will attend. Kasi sabi ko baka sabihin na remiss ako sa aking duties. Sabi niya, nakikiusap po ma'am na wag ka na talagang pumunta so as not to aggravate the situation. So ang sabi ko, what situation? Hindi naman po sinabi. So ako naman, sabi ko, pasiguro lang tayo, pero yung lahat na report ko sa Yolanda, yung dapat sanang dala ko on Monday, isubmit natin first thing on Monday. So natapos na marami kaming trabaho dito, pumasok ako no Saturday. Saturday morning, meron akong event sa Alabang. After the event in Alabang, pumasok ako dito kasi nagpirma nga ako ng napakaraming mga Certificate of Lot Award for San Fernando, Pampanga. Meron akong 616 pinirmahan. Right after ako magpirma, I received a text message from Cabsec June Vasco. I think every one of you saw the message already.